Hi, this is Julie for Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to make a wonderful personalized gift or personalized necklace for yourself. What you're going to start with are these wonderful settings, and it is a bezel with a perfectly sized glass cabochon. And they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. As you can see here, you have a heart, you've got this wonderful long rectangle, circles, ovals. So you have a lot of variety in the shape and size of your necklace. And then I want to make the image be a picture. And so what I did was I actually took some photographs. These are some childhood photos of mine. It's me and my brother. And I just laid them on the bed of my home copier. So I have an all-in-one printer at home. I just laid them flat out on the bed of the copier. And this is what resulted. And I'm using a heavier weight paper. So this is not normal printer paper. This is about an 80-pound cover stock. You can tell it's got some weight to it, and I want to use a heavier paper because I don't want it to ripple when I apply the glues. If you add moisture, any type of moisture, be it a glue, water, anything, to standard printer paper, it's going to create a bit of a rippled effect. You can work around that. It's just a lot more difficult, so I always find it easier just to start with a heavier paper. It's also going to absorb the glues better, and it's going to absorb the inks a little better as well. This particular paper that I have is actually linen textured. Personal preference, I kind of like having a little bit of like a painterly effect to my photos, and having a little bit of a linen grain in there creates almost like a painted effect, but totally up to you. But I do recommend a little bit heavier stock, and you can buy such paper at like a scrapbooking store. You can just buy it per sheet for under 50 cents if you don't want to buy a big pack. So that's what we're starting with, and I put these on the bed of my copier just kind of in every direction, so I'm going to cut them out. My original pictures I'm putting aside. I don't want to use them because I want to save them. All right, so now I can look at all my pictures in the orientation that is correct. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the glass cabochon as a guide. So I'm going to just roll it over the pictures, see how it might look at the different sizes. And just keep doing that until you find an image that you like and that you're happy with. And I really like that one. It's my brother. Not quite sure how old he is here, but I think that's a really nice setting. And so I'm going to take my diamond glaze first. In this project, you're actually going to be using two separate glues. You're going to be using a diamond glaze to adhere the photo, the printed photo, to the glass cabochon. And then we're going to use Crafter's Pick, which is a wonderful non-toxic super glue, to apply the glass cabochon, which will have the image already on it, to the metal setting. So first off, we're going to need the diamond glaze. I'm going to put a little bit on just to make sure it's flowing, and it is. I can just wash that off. If you worked with diamond glaze before, you know a little goes a long ways. So I'm going to put it directly onto the glass. That's all I'm going to need. Just a few dots because it's going to spread out nicely. Flip it over, put it directly onto the picture, and push. I'm applying a good deal of pressure on a flat surface to get out any air bubbles. And I'm holding it in place. Now once I've put it down, I don't want to move it because that's going to smear the ink, because I just used an inkjet printer. It also might actually tear the paper, so be pretty accurate when you first lay it on. Now if you do get any diamond glaze that comes out the edges and maybe gets onto the top surface of the glass, a really handy trick is to use nail polish remover on a Q-tip. You're not going to be able to wipe that away just with water, so you'll want to use a nail polish remover, but that's going to take it right up. I don't have my image sealed. I really don't find that I need to. If you're using photo paper, be a bit cautious. You want to do a test run. I have had some photo paper that when it was printed on an inkjet printer actually did smear quite a bit. The ink ran. So just be careful of that. And I am just holding this in place. I really want to create a nice tight bond. Okay, I'm going to let this dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and finish up my necklace. I've waited about 15 minutes. Diamond glaze does dry really quickly, especially when you apply it sparingly. So now what I want to do is I want to cut out my image. My brother looks quite dapper there. So I'm going to carefully cut around the edge of the glass cabochon. I actually want to rough cut it a little bit first, just a little bit easier not having all that paper to contend with. There we go. So we've got him cut out. Now we're just going to need to put him into the setting. So you can see how that's going to look. And you've probably been able to tell if you watch some of my other videos that I'm a big one for just using my fingers. If you want to use a paintbrush, that's great. If you do use your fingers, just make sure you wash your hands quickly afterwards. You don't want a ton of this on your fingers. I'm going to apply the glue directly to the back of my image. So I want to use enough glue to get the image and the tile to adhere to my bezel, but I don't want to overdo it because I don't want the glue to warp my paper in any way. So I'm going to the edge of the image, but I'm not using it in such excess that's going to cause any warping. So you can kind of see how much I have on there. Now I'm going to take it, put it into my setting. Got some glue on my fingers, going to wipe that away and press into place. And I'm going to hold it there again for a couple minutes to create a nice bond. So we've waited a couple minutes and it's good enough now. It is dry enough that you can, maneuver it and remove your finger from pressing it down. But we're going to wait a couple hours for it to actually dry completely before we want to incorporate it into a necklace or string it onto a chain.